I'm only 5'6", which basically means I am fighting an uphill battle when it comes to attracting women, especially when it comes to online dating apps. Yet somehow, despite having my height in my bio, I'm getting dozens of matches every single week. So let's break down how you can do the exact same. So the first mistake guys are making is they're simply not attractive, right? The first mistake guys make is they're not handsome. So I used to be under the belief, maybe you are too, I hear a lot of guys say this actually, that women specifically use dating apps just for pure validation and to reject men to boost their own ego. This is pure copium. This is not true. Maybe they're rejecting you, but they're certainly going on dates. They're just not going out with you. Women go on these apps with the intent to date men. They are dating apps. She's going out with someone. It's just not you, bro. It's just not you. So let's cut the crap, right? I used to tell myself the same thing because, you know, I would make a Tinder account and I'd get like 3 matches throughout the week. None of them were attractive. And then I'd delete my account, make a new account. Same thing would happen. Delete it, try Bumble, delete it. Get like 2 matches, delete it again, try Facebook dating, delete that app because I didn't like the matches I was getting. So then I'd delete that, try Hinge, and then I would just bounce back and forth between all of these apps, right? I wasn't happy with the quality of matches I was getting, nor was I happy with the quantity either, because I'd get like maybe 2 or 3 matches and none of them were attractive. But because I was so desperate to go out with these girls, I would message them anyways, and they'd like, you know, leave me on red, take like 5 hours to respond. Maybe one would give me her number and then she'd flake on me. Pretty brutal experience. I'm pretty sure the statistics on dating apps, or I know the statistics, so the statistics with Hinge is like, I think guys only get like, the average guy only gets about like 2 or 3 matches a week on Hinge, which is like nothing. That is nothing. I 10x that, bro. I 10x that. And that's just on Hinge. On other apps, I get even more matches because Hinge doesn't have as many users on it as it does like Bumble or Facebook dating. Those apps I'm getting like 30 to 50 a week. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? And a general statistic when it comes to dating apps is that women only swipe right on like 20% of guys. So as you can imagine, the average man is not getting matches and is certainly not getting dates on online dating, right? And it's simply due to the fact that you're not handsome. So if you're not handsome, watch a couple other of my videos, but some immediate things you can do to become more attractive is to simply get in shape. Your physique is the foundation to being attractive. When you are in shape, your body will obviously look better, right? Your clothes will fit you better. Your face will become more lean, more defined, right? And you'll start to carry yourself differently. You'll walk with better posture, better body language, which will also make you more attractive. You'll speak with more confidence, right? It kills every bird with one stone, right? Because you look better in clothes, you look better out of clothes. Your face improves because you get leaner. Your face becomes more defined. It hollows out. It chisels, right? But then you also become more confident because you like what you see in the mirror every morning, right? You like what you see in the mirror. So you speak with confidence, you walk with confidence. But it also creates that biological attraction, right? That pure primal desire, right? Body game's a real thing. When you have the physique, women can't help but look. They certainly can't help but match with you on a dating app when you have a nice shirtless photo. Doesn't matter what your intentions are, doesn't matter how innocent the girl is. If you have a shirtless photo on your dating app profile, you will get more matches than you know what to do with. So the first step is to get handsome. I gave you some general advice. If you want more advice, just watch some of my other videos. I got plenty of presentations and videos of me telling you everything you need to do to literally jump up 4 to 5 points in attractiveness. That's not a joke either, by the way. Like, just look at the thumbnail of a couple of my videos and you'll see the proofs in the pudding. But the second step, so assuming you're already handsome, or maybe you're coming back to this video because you worked on your looks, you're better looking, you're like, okay, now I'm good enough to watch this video. Let's see what else this guy has to say. So the second step is to take better photos. And this is where everyone goes wrong. Everyone, even the good looking guys, even the guys who do decent on dating apps, they still get this wrong. They could get way more matches if they implemented this better. This is the only reason I do so well on dating apps, besides the fact that I'm pretty handsome, right? I'm pretty attractive, not gonna lie. Don't mean to toot my own horn, it's the truth. But photos, what does the average guy do on their dating app profile? Well, the other day, or no, this wasn't the other day, this was like a year ago. Me and my friend, we were talking about Hinge, and he was like telling me how he was like not getting any dates, and I was like, of course, like average man doesn't get any dates on these apps. But he was telling me his experiences. I was like, hey, let me see your profile, because you know I do pretty well on these apps. And he was showing me his pictures. Bro. Bro, this shit was bad. Like the first photo was like a picture of him and his friend was taller than him in the photo. The next photo was him like smiling, like next to like a birthday cake. And then there was like a picture of him like playing football, which is fine. That's fine. And by the way, if you're watching this, bro, it's cool. This is all love. I'm just telling you what you were doing wrong and why you weren't getting matches. You keep watching this video, you'll get more matches. This is nothing against you. This is just tough love. The football picture is not bad. It's showing that you're a college athlete. That's, women like that. That's fine. But then he had like a picture of him. He had like a mirror selfie with a hoodie on, and it was like covering his face. And then he had like a Star Wars impression. Nah, bruh. Nah. That's not how you get matches on these apps, right? But I'm just trying to be myself. I'm just trying to be myself. Women wouldn't like me for my personality. Not on dating apps, bro. Not on dating apps. Dating apps, it is purely looks-based. It is looks-based. She'll get to know your personality when you go out with her, right? Dating apps, that's not about getting to know your personality. It's about showing yourself in the best way possible, right? So how do you do that? How do you do that? Well, you need to take high-quality portrait-style photos. I'm not saying you need to get a photo shoot. I know some guys do that and they have a lot of success with it. I've never experimented with it. Maybe I will, right? Maybe I will. Honestly, I probably will try that out. Because then I could also use those photos for my Instagram and this YouTube business right here. For my thumbnails and just, you know, my posts on Instagram. Anyways, you know, I do see a lot of guys, they have success with the high quality portrait style photos. So maybe experiment with that. But at first, you know, your iPhone can take really high quality photos. Like right now, all my photos are taken on my iPhone. So take high quality photos that display you in the best way possible. You can't have photos of you like drunk at the bar, pictures of you holding a beer with your friends, picture of you cheesed up, mirror selfies with poor lighting, and you can see like the toilet in the background. None of that shit, guys. None of that shit. Take photos in cool locations, you know, places that you frequent, so she can get an idea of your lifestyle, what you like to do, right? So she can actually picture herself on a date with you. So like a really good photo you can take is a photo of you like at a dinner table, like maybe you're out with a friend or you're going to dinner with your mom or whatever because you can't attract a girl or whatever. So you're like, hey mom, can you take a photo of me across the table? And she does it. That works. That's a really good, those are usually the top performing photos. And then, you know, assuming you have the physique, get a nice shirtless photo on there. Now for Hinge specifically, you don't want to make the shirtless photo the cover photo because Hinge is more relationship based. But you still want it on there. You still want it on there. You can still demonstrate sex appeal without the shirtless photo. So the cover photo should just be a picture of you that clearly shows your face. And then also, you know, you're wearing nice fitted clothes that kind of accentuate your physique so she can kind of imagine, right? And as she scrolls, then she sees the shirtless photo, right? She didn't, like, you don't want to come off too try hard. If it's like Tinder or Bumble, you can make the shirtless photo the cover photo, but Hinge, I would avoid that. I would avoid that. Anytime I do that, I get less matches, right? So you want high quality photos. I would avoid selfies, avoid mirror selfies, avoid photos of you with your friends because she needs to know who you are in the photo, right? Sometimes I'm scrolling and I see these girls and they got like group photos on there. I'm like, I don't know which one you are. Same thing goes to her head. But the moment she sees a photo she doesn't like, she's swiping no, bro. She's swiping no. Like pictures are everything. In fact, if there's one thing you take away from this video, your dating app profile is your dating app resume. So if you were applying for a job, you would take your resume pretty serious because you want to get hired. Well, why aren't you doing the same with your dating app profile? Because it's a resume. You're applying for the date, right? You are applying for the date. And you want every possibility you can to get that date. Because I'm telling you, bro, these girls, they get hundreds, literally hundreds of matches every single week. And you want every chance you can to stand out. And it's not hard to do so, right? If you're doing everything I tell you in this video, if you're handsome, you take good photos, you're already 90% of the way there, right? So These next two tips are going to be a little more advanced. These are assuming you're already getting matches, right? So, like I said, maybe you come back to this video on another time. Maybe you implement the first two things I already told you, and then you come back to this video in the future, okay? So this is a more advanced tip. So, a little rule I have when it comes to dating is to go where you're appreciated. What kind of girls appreciate you? When you're going out on dates, when you're matching with girls on dating apps, when you're DMing girls on Instagram, when girls are giving you choosing signals, approaching you, yada, 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 you're going to notice trends and data of the kinds of girls you attract, right? For me specifically, I noticed that Latinas really like me, Black girls really like me, and Middle Eastern girls really like me. Asians, when I'm clean shaven, you know, they really, really like me. But with the mustache goatee combo, not so much. White chicks, never really been into me. I'm not really into them either, if I'm being honest. I like dark skin. I like curly hair. Anyways, notice the kind of girls that like you. These are the kind of girls you want to match with, right? Because it's more likely that they're going to match with you, right? When you send a like, it's more likely they're going to accept the match, right? So you're going to get more matches this way because it's going to boost you on the algorithm, right? The more matches you get, the better you perform on these dating apps, because there's what's called the ELO score. And the ELO score is basically a representation of how attractive you are, right? The higher your ELO, the more attractive girls you're going to be shown to, and the more attractive girls you're going to see on your feed. If you're not seeing attractive girls, it's because your ELO score is low. And if you're not matching with attractive girls, it's also because your ELO score is low. But you can boost this by paying attention to the kind of girls that are attracted to you and specifically matching with these girls, because it's more likely they're going to match with you. It's more likely that they're going to message you first. And then the algorithm is going to keep showing you those girls, but those girls are going to you're going to keep getting shown to those girls too. And they're going to like you first. And the more likes you start getting, the better you're going to perform on the algorithm, right? So go where you're appreciated. This is such a good rule. It's such a good rule. Next, this is a pretty advanced tip too. So once you've figured out what kind of girls like you, figure out what location they're in, right? So I told you, this is getting pretty geographically advanced. So on a lot of the dating apps, you can specifically change your location. So I live in Dallas, Texas, right? And a little bit outside of Dallas, there's what's called Tarrant County, which is like Arlington, Fort Worth, those areas. And I notice a lot of the girls that like me live in that area. So I have my location set in Tarrant County. So pretty much only girls in that area are liking me. And whenever I have my location there, I always get way more matches. I'll still get matches anywhere I set my location. I'm a good looking guy. I got good photos. But I want to go where I'm going to get the most matches, right? So once you've figured out what kind of girls like you, figure out where these girls are and set your location there. Pay attention to where a lot of the girls live that you're going out with, right? Pretty advanced protocol, right? I'm telling you, man, women go out with guys on dating apps. They're not using these just for validation and to boost their ego. This is pure cope. They're going out with girls. They're going out with me, right? They're just not going out with you. And it's simply due to the fact that you're not handsome. You're not taking good photos. You're not presenting yourself in a good way, right? You need to take nice photos where you look good. You're dressed nice. You're in cool locations. Selfies aren't going to cut it. Gym selfies aren't going to cut it either. Picture of you with your boy at the bar, like, not going to cut it, right? You need to look good. You need to look presentable, right? You need to look like a catch, if I'm being honest. And of course, you need to be handsome. If you're not handsome, you're going to struggle. You're really going to struggle. Although I will say, even if you're not handsome and you're in shape, you got decent photos, you will do better. You will do better, but you won't be doing it as well as you can. So work on your looks. That's the best advice I can give you. It's the most applicable advice I can give you immediately after watching this video. In fact, I'll link my looks maxing guide in the description of this video so you can watch it. But if you're a guy and you want to be able to attract higher quality women, you're tired of getting rejected, you're tired of getting flaked on, you're tired of having to settle with girls that you don't really find that attractive, you want to actually attract those girls that you never thought you could go out with, you want to be able to log on a dating app any day of the week and get flooded with matches like I do that want to go out with you, that message you first, right? Or anytime you go out in public, maybe your dating apps aren't your thing. Every time you go out in public, girls are admiring you. They're giving you choosing signals. Maybe they even approach you here and there, right? If you want to be able to attract that top link in the description, bro. I help guys maximize their looks so they can have a better dating life, but also feel more confident in themselves so they can dominate all areas of their life. Because I'm a big believer in how you look highly correlates with how you feel. And how you feel, that energy, it outwardly projects in the world. And this is what attracts positive momentum in your life. This is what attracts positive opportunities, right? Because people just gravitate more towards you because you have this aura. You carry yourself differently. You're confident. You're well-spoken, right? And people want to be around that. Girls and other men. So if you want to achieve that life, if you want to become the 10 out of 10 man that you're truly capable of, because deep down, if you're still watching this video, you know you're capable of it. You just don't know what to do. You want my hand, you want to hold my hand so I can lead you step by step on what outfits to wear, what haircut to get, you know, what workout routine to follow, how to set up your dating app profile, all of that. So you can effortlessly attract girls, feel more confident in yourself, and attract better opportunities in your life. Click the top link in the description video. You can book a call with me and we'll get you right, bro. But in the meantime, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.